Welcome to 1111, which is a segment from my podcast where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Today's topic is simple living, and lately this past year honestly has been a year where I was extremely focused on making my life as simple as possible. I I think sometimes I try to do a lot of things or I try to have a lot of people in my life and it just doesn't work out for me. I also saw this journal entry in this book that I have that said to have a list. So, okay, imagine this. I came back home from, it was like a summer night, and I brought out my journal and on the list, I wrote things that make me happy, people that make me happy and that I care about, and their opinion mattered to me. And then I filled that out. So the things that I cared about or the things that I loved were like going on a bike ride and having self-care time and like working out and paddleboarding and all of these things. And then I wrote the people who I cared about and whose opinions mattered to me. And then I was like, well, okay, whoever has any negative critique or whoever has any thing to say negatively about my character does not matter because it's not on this list, so it's like your opinion doesn't matter. um and that's one way that I've tried to live more simple, but I also feel like living simple comes in a lot of different ways. I see my life as in like different departments or different categories. For example, my social media life or like my family and friends life or just my love life or things like that. I think it's very good to live it simple. For example, in my social media life, I have it very simple to where if I don't want to post or if I don't want to talk to anyone from like social media, you just don't, I just don't over I feel like problem and problem solving go hand in hand with living simple because I have this list where it's basically some problems like okay, when I'm mad, when I'm stressed out, or when I'm sad. I feel like those three emotions have a solution. It's either ride the wave, which is when you're feeling when you can't control any of these feelings, which is usually like um yeah, when you can't control most of your feelings or you can't control or you can't do anything to change it. You can just ride the wave, just ride it out and it'll get better. But for example, when I'm mad, I like to journal about it or talk to it like with my voice memos or to a friend that I trust. I like doing that and just get my anger out or do some art or just jam out to music. When I'm stressed out, because for I'm approaching like my 20s. Well, I'm 19. I'm almost 19, but you know what I mean. I'm approaching the end of my teenage years, and that transition from teenage to adulthood it can be very stressful, and I realized that working out is really, really helpful with my stress. So I've been doing a lot of that. Or yoga and meditation is also helpful for all three of them, honestly. Or when I'm feeling sad, it's like I have a list that's like go get ice cream, go on a walk, pet your dog, drink some tea, read a book, journal, do some art, so creating lists of problem and solutions is really, really helpful because for me living simple is not just like minimalist and like having nothing and being happy with like a fork and a stick. The way that I see it is not living so complicated and not having your life being so like just so negatively full all the time. I think that's the way that I see it. So um I like to make a list also of my activities that I love to do, and then I try to incorporate those activities in all of my routines, like working out or doing art or watering my plants or stuff like that. I just think that our life was created with to live so simple. For example, I one of my characteristics character traits that I love about myself is that I don't have to go on a vacation to feel relaxed or to feel calm or to feel happy. I can be happy with staying at home and drinking some tea or a new book or a new journal or creating art or whatever, I'm happy with that. And I don't have to spend all this money or get all of these materialistic things to be happy. Like, I don't have to go on dinner dates or do all of these, extravagant things that some people find it necessary to have fun. I'm not like that. Like, I don't really care for it. I would much rather stay at home with like a couple, like two friends or something. And I think that's very important to unlock in your life, and I think it's something that I'm really grateful that I have been able to do. Something else that I think it's very important to live simple by is the people that you surround yourself with. I try to say that I only surround myself with people who help me with my productivity, meaning they're I feel like you are what you hang out with. And I think that's the most simple way to say it, like you are who you're around with. So if you're hanging out with like people who aren't as productive, or if you're following people who aren't as productive and just, make you feel bad about yourself, that's who you're going to become. So if you hang out with people who are productive, or you can tell that they're working hard and stuff, it's going to motivate you. So the way that I see it is I try to keep people in my life who bring me productivity, who bring me peace, who bring me happiness. And I I'm the type of person who does not mind to be like, "Hey, I miss you. Let's hang out." "Hey, I love you." Like, I love you. I do not mind being the person who starts the plans, because some people just aren't capable, or are just, some people just don't think about making plans, and I think, okay, here's another thing to say to I think just not overthinking situations is the key to living simple, at least for me. I don't overthink things. I do not, like, I've been telling myself this. I'm done figuring out people when they don't want to be figured out. If you want me to know something, tell me. If you want me to understand your insecurities or understand your feelings and things like that, tell me. Just the same way that I will tell you. And that's the type of people that I keep around. I'm also not, I could care less if my friends hang out without me, because, like, it's okay, people are gonna hang out without me. Like, I'm not the center of the universe. I'm not like, like, people have other friends, and I think it just goes down to not overthinking things and living simple and just being like, okay, well, I want to hang out with this person. Let me text them, let me call them, and let's hang out. I also think living simple, as in how you what else can we live, what other rule do I have that's living simple? I think just going for it, like following your goals and your dreams, like being like, okay, making a list of like, okay, these are the things that I want to achieve. I want to become this, or I want to do this, I want to get into this program, or I want to start doing this. It's like, okay, here's the top goal, here's the main goal. How are we going to achieve it? So you make a list. It's like, okay, you complete this, you take this test, or you do this, you do that, and then you nail it down to like the specific things that you need to do, and then you do it, you complete it, you check it off, and you're done. I just think that living that way, living simple, where it's like, okay, these are the things that I need to do to achieve this, so this is what I'm going to do, and then you do it. And I just think it's like a very I saw this Reddit thread where his daughter, a father and a daughter, the daughter was like, I want to go to space, and then the dad was like, well, you have to go to college, and you have to go to training, and you have to do all of this, and you have to do all of that. Well, you have to go to college, you have to go to training, you have to get like some sort of degree. And then the daughter was like, it's only three things. Like, that's all I need, three things. So I just think that seeing it that way just makes everything so simple. It's like, it's just three things. Let's just focus on these three things. And I think it's the same way. Like when you have a big project, or you have something big coming up, like a big paper, or like something, that seems like it's a lot of work. I think narrowing it down and keeping it simple, it's like, okay, let's focus on this right now, then we'll focus on the other next, and then we'll focus on the other next. I just I just feel like when you try to overcomplicate things, it just does not work out at all. And that's the same with like overthinking or with your feelings or emotions or trying to figure out people. It's like you do not have to figure out people at all because that is not your job. Your job is not to try to find out why they're sad or why they're mad or why they're anxious. Like if people are feeling this way, they're going to let you know. And that's the way that I see it. It's like if no one has told me that anyone is mad at me, or if no one has if I feel like that my friend is mad at me and they haven't said it, then it's not true. Like it's if you didn't do anything wrong and you know, like I sometimes get anxious that, oh my god, like are they mad at me? Or like are they sad, or like are they mad at me because they're like I haven't texted them back or something. It's like if these people haven't told you that they're mad at you, then they're probably not mad at you. Like don't like make yourself think these things, you know. And I just think it's a good way to see my life, like to see life living simple and just like black and white. I feel like it's like this is what happens. This is like, you know, like if I'm feeling sad, go get ice cream. If you miss someone, text them, call them. If you're mad, journal about it. If you're stressed out, go work out, you know. But I hope you had a lovely time. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.